Good afternoon, Reading Fightin's Phils fans here from the Diamond in Richmond, Virginia. We are all set to start game number 3 against the Richmond Flying Squirrels. Last night, the Fightin Phils were victorious 4-1 over Richmond, evening the series up at 1-all. Brian Marconi got his 8th save of the season, while Jack Perkins his 3rd win. Also great pitching from Zach Warren in between them as well. And the Fightin Phils shut down the Richmond Flying Squirrels to just 4 hits and 1 run, back-to-back games with no errors in the field. A bunch of guys with extra base hits. Gamboa, Kroon, and Conley all recorded doubles. As it was a great game all around for the Fightin Phils today, they will send out James MacArthur on the mound, and he is going to face off against Aaron Blair for the Flying Squirrels. Don't forget that pitchers will bat in these contests. So MacArthur with a .429 batting average in 7 at-bats. He's recorded 3 hits and 2 RBIs. So he'll bat in the 9th spot, as the Fightins will get up first to face Blair. It'll be Gamboa, Ortiz, Stott, and Stokes in that 1 through 4 spot, as it's been the past few days. And backing up Blair in left field after getting the night off, Hayward and Fernandez in center. Rincones will stay in right. VR, of course, over at third. Wilson at short. Whiteman returning to the lineup at second base, and Tostado staying at first. It is Martirano behind the plate once again tonight. Archimedes Gamboa steps into the lefty batter's box to face the righty Blair. And we're about to get started. Corner infielders playing in. And before the first pitch gets off, timeout is called. Looks like some going on down in the Richmond bullpen. As he steps off, maybe a rogue baseball or a gate that's open down there. It is a gate. So they get the gate shut, and maybe we'll be ready for first pitch this time. Sun shining on about half the field. The center fielder Fernandez in the sun, everybody else in the shade. And Blair kicks and fires here to Gamboa. The first pitch, a called strike, coming in at 6:36. And the PA system in here, bit aggressive. I think I see where I can turn that down, though. Gamboa takes a second offering downstairs. I like the different colored turfs they do here in the batter's box. A little bit lighter shade. Field looks nice. Except definitely redid the sod around the mound and around home plate. Also up by the first base coach's box as well. Beautiful day here in Richmond, Virginia. It is hot and sunny, 87 degrees, not a cloud in the sky overhead. 2-1 count here to Gamboa. Blair comes home. Outside, Gamboa holds up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Wind pushing from right to left out of the ballpark, so going to benefit the righty batters today. Just about 6 miles an hour right now. Told it's going to vary throughout the night, especially as the sun sets. Gamboa sends this one high in the sky. The catcher, Martirano, rips his mask off, coming over right by the backstop. He makes the grab, and that is out number 1 as Gamboa's retired. Here's Jaylene Ortiz. The lights are on here just to avoid any shading mishaps with the fielders. 6:35 start. Phillies had an afternoon game. They're trailing the Washington Nationals 5-3. Lehigh Valley, Jersey Shore, and Clearwater back in action today. All have 7 o'clock starts. Blair kicks and fires home to Ortiz downstairs. The Richmond Flying Squirrels in their home white uniforms. Reading is going to go with the Navy R-Phils jerseys. They say Fightins on the front, white lettering, as Ortiz bounces back from a pitch very far inside. Yesterday, they wore those jerseys. They've only worn them 6 times so far this season, and they got their first win of the season yesterday, so they're going to wear them again out of the sanctity of good luck. Here's the 2-0 now to Ortiz. Rips it down the left field line. It is fair. He's going to go for two as it tracks all the way to the corner. It is a stand-up double for Jaylene Ortiz. His first double here in Double-A, as the Fightins have a base runner in scoring position with one away now for Bryson Stott. Yesterday, Stott had a base hit in the top of the ninth and scored a run for Reading in their 4-1 win. And they only left 4 men on base the entire game, which was crucial to their victory. A nice crowd here at the Diamond. They've had pretty good crowds the past 2 days. Beautiful weather in Richmond definitely draws them out. Stott chases the first offering, 0-1. So to explain kind of the seating situation here at the Diamond, it's pretty much just one general seating bowl. It's 2 levels, and then there's a concourse in between the 2 levels that's pretty much enclosed. Looking back at Ortiz on second, coming home is Blair. A back foot slider gets Stott, and he's down 0-2. They have some group seating back behind a little picnic area I saw, but not in the vantage point of the field. And then the bullpen's located down the right and left field line, kind of offset from the playing field. Once again, he looks back at Ortiz. Blair comes home. Stott pokes this the other way. Back goes Hayward out and left. And it hangs up a little bit too long. That's out number 2 as Ortiz forced to stay on second. Here's Madison Stokes. Unfortunate news for our Phils fans today. Brock Stassi hit the injured list with a back strain, was pulled a few minutes before yesterday's game, and he'll go on the injured list retroactive. So hopefully won't take him too long to recover. So now the roster of active players sits at 27. So we've got one open spot as Stokes takes a called strike. Infield backing up just a little bit. The second baseman, Whiteman, inching closer to the bag to cover Ortiz. Blair comes home to Martirano. Perfect strike down the middle, 0-2. Manager Sean Williams over in the third base coach's box, giving the signs to Ortiz here. 2 outs, he'll surely be running on contact. And the 0-2 coming in from Blair. Ground ball left side, ranging over the shortstop over to first. And that'll be out number 3 as the Fightins strand a batter. It is 0-0 heading into the bottom half of the first here at the Diamond.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightins Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightins home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightins fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit readysetreadberks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
Well, James MacArthur is going to come out here after Blair worked a scoreless top of the first, though did give up a double to Ortiz. MacArthur's first pitch to Simon Whiteman is a called strike. Back behind the plate tonight, Thomas Fornarola, Luby Krupa over at third, and Ben Phillips, the umpire at first base tonight. No balls and 2 strikes. MacArthur starting tonight, flip-flop out of the pen, his 10th game, though starting. Also had 4 appearances when he was recovering from his injury, and back when the Fightin Phils were doing that piggyback system, a foul ball from Whiteman will keep the count 0-2. He's thrown 45 innings, second on the team to Francisco Morales, 39 strikeouts, so just under 1 an inning. Colby Fitch behind the plate tonight as Morales throwing a Fitch for the first time in the series. Steven out in left, Ortiz in center, and Matt Kroon is over in right field today. Madison, Stokes, Stott, Gamboa, and Miller left to right in the infield. MacArthur comes home, ground ball left side. It's Stokes on 1 bounce over to Miller, and that's out number 1. Here's Vince Fernandez now. Very consistent 1 through 4 in the Flying Squirrels lineup as Fernandez crowding the plate here, fouls back the first offering from MacArthur. And oddly enough, both of these pitchers coming in with a 5.40 ERA. Infield back deep, MacArthur gets Fernandez to chase, and he's got both batters 0-2 right out of the gate. MacArthur was very solid in his last start back on the 29th against Somerset. 4 innings of 2-hit ball, struck out 4. He'll get his first K as Fernandez sent back to the dugout. That is out number 2. MacArthur working quickly here. And it'll be David Villar who heads up to the plate. Quiet day for Villar yesterday, just a walk to his name, then was sat down 0 for 3 by Perkins and company. Inside from MacArthur. And this is the first time that he doesn't start with a first pitch strike. Right up the middle, back where it came from. And a base hit for Villar will reach center field. And there's a runner on with 2 outs for Frankie Tostado. Tough for Jaylene Ortiz out in center, the only fielder in the sun. It's pretty much got him in a semicircle out there. Straight from left center all the way to right center is still in the sun, but that should be gone probably by the next time he comes out. As Tostado sets up in the back part of the lefty batter's box, open stance. The righty MacArthur takes a deep breath, kicks and fires home upstairs. Nice block by Fitch. MacArthur will turn his entire body around to look at Villar on first. Now he comes home. Tostado chases 1-1. MacArthur's going to look back. Miller holding on the runner at first. But instead, MacArthur going home. Tostado sends this one high in the sky. It's in a weird spot in shallow left field. Coming in, Steven, he tracks it to the foul line, but it's going to stay fair. He makes the grab, and the Flying Squirrels strand a runner on the base path. It is 0-0 as we head into the top of the second.
gear up for the Fightin' Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin' Phils team store at First Energy Stadium or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin' Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin' Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the eXp Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. eXp Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. eXp Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
The Fightins are back up to bat here in the top of the second. One hit on either side, but we're scoreless here at the diamond. It is Josh Stephen who's going to start us off. He'll step into the lefty batter's box to face the righty Blair and take a ball outside. VR over at third, playing more towards shortstop than anything, and almost in the infield grass area, while the shortstop Wilson very close to the bag at second. Trying to pull a shift without actually pulling a shift, since you're not allowed to do that here in the second half in the AA Northeast. Stephen takes another ball, and he's ahead in the count. Blair sets up, glove at the chest, then he takes a step back with his left leg before kicking and firing home outside again. And Stephen has worked a 3-0 count. And Blair misses on 4 straight pitches. Stephen will walk down to first on the first free pass issued today. And Reading has a base runner now with nobody out for Matt Kroon. Kroon had a 2-hit day yesterday, a double and a single, and a run scored in the 5th. And he'll step up into the righty batter's box. Has been absolutely stellar for Reading. The utility player playing both the infield and the outfield since his return from injury, and has been pretty sharp at the plate too, holding his batting average above 300, the only one of the Fightins starting above 300. Not going to count James MacArthur, although technically does have a 429 batting average. Hasn't really seen that many at-bats, though to be fair, neither has Kroon. He gets tied up on the inside, sends this one to a weird spot in right center field. Ranging over is Rincones, and he'll make the catch on the run. That's out number 1. Josh Stephen has to stay at second. And here is Luke Miller. Throw down to second is not in time. And it's a ball to Miller as Josh Stevens swipes a bag down to second. The Fightins have a runner in scoring position with just 1 out on the board and the chance to take an early lead over the Richmond Flying Squirrels. That is his third stolen base on the season in 4 attempts. Whiteman trying to hold him on second. No throw from Blair. And Miller still has only got 1 pitch. Poked the other way, but back into the net. And it's 1-1. Miller had the day off yesterday, did play in Tuesday night's contest where he had a double and a run scored to start off the scoring in the 8th. Josh Stephen out on second after a walk and a stolen base. And Miller takes a ball. 2-1. Scoreless here in the top of the second. Blair moving to 22 pitches now. Just 1 out. Miller tied up on the inside, but it's going to come into the stand, so he'll get to go again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Not so much a dive for that foul ball over there. Big dugouts, it looks like, here at the ballpark with some stairs that lead up to the top ledge. Guys are hanging over. Pretty much everybody on either side is up and paying attention. Even down in the bullpens as well, as Reading has an opportunity to score. Stephen going for 2. And this is a foul ball. He's going to have to hustle back up the first base side. A big catch by Tostado in foul territory. Stephen gets back in time. And that's out number 2. With 2 outs, Reading still has a runner on second base. And the throw down to second. Stephen dives back. Wilson not even on the bag. About a 5 feet or so behind it. And that was outside to Colby Fitch, 1-0. Pitch holds off on a pitch just below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Blair has slowed down his work right now with a runner in scoring position. He's got 2 successive outs since then. Josh Stephen, though, very jumpy out on second. We saw he tried to take third just a minute ago. We'll see if he does so again. With 2 outs, he's going on anything. And 3 straight balls here to Colby Fitch, as Blair is in danger of walking his second batter in this half inning. James MacArthur is up, and was that a balk there for ball 4? Well, Thomas in the booth with me. Ball 4 to Colby Fitch, and now Fitch will take first, and there'll be 2 on and 2 outs here for James MacArthur. A big moment for the pitcher. He's been tearing it up on the mound as of late. We'll see if he could do so at the plate as well. Like I said earlier, 7 at-bats, 3 hits so far, 1 walk, and just 2 strikeouts. As we'll have an opportunity to plate some runs. Here's the offering. A slow roller back to the pitcher, fielded by Blair over to first. Miscue by Tostado at first, and that is going to score a run as Stephen comes home. A bad throw down the line to the plate, and scoring as well as Colby Fitch as MacArthur makes his way to second. And what should have been An easy out, number 3, actually turns into Reading scoring 2 runs, and they're ahead 2-0 now. And that is an error on the first baseman. An error on the first baseman, an error on the pitcher that allowed MacArthur to reach first. And then an error on the first baseman that allowed MacArthur to advance and the 2 runs to advance as well. And so Reading up 2-0 with 2 outs. They still got a runner on scoring position. That's James MacArthur out there. And we're back to the top of the order with Archimedes Gamboa. Called strike to Gamboa. It's 1-1. He popped up to the catcher in foul territory his first time up. But now 2 plate appearances here, and we're only in the top of the second. Reading up by 2 here. There's 2 outs on the board, though. And in the dirt comes home Blair. James MacArthur out on second. And Gamboa pokes it the opposite way, taking 1 step back is Hayward. An easy catch for out number 3, but the damage is done as Reading scores 2 runs on some miscues by the Flying Squirrels. And they're up 2-0 as we enter the bottom of the second.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones, plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with First Energy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phils players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Well, James MacArthur back on the mound after an eventful top of the second, in which his slow roller back up to the mound ended up in the fight and scoring 2 runs to take the lead. Now, both of those errors I misspoke earlier, or I've been corrected now, as both of those errors are going to be on the first baseman Tosado. So a fielding error allowed MacArthur to reach, and then a throwing error home allowed those 2 runs to score and him to advance. And so two separate errors on the first baseman, allowed the runs to score. So MacArthur does not get the RBIs for that, but still, I think, the hero there in the top of the second, and now he's back on the mound. 3 straight balls here to Diego Rincones. Allowed 1 hit in the first. As he kicks and fires home. A called strike. Rincones just standing there with the bat on his shoulder. Did not look like he was going to make any effort to swing there, no matter what came in. And MacArthur takes a step back. And the 3-1 slow roller up to Stokes. And a nice catch on a hop on the run. He chucks it over to Miller. And that is 1 away. Seemed like the at-bat was getting away from MacArthur, but he stayed in it and gets the out. And here is Will Wilson now with 1 away. Reading leading 2-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. And MacArthur right now, 18 pitches here with 1 away. And he gets a first pitch strike to Will Wilson. This one sent down the right field line. It ropes foul. Running out of room is Matt Kroon. And that's strike number 2. Wilson new to the Giants organization as he came over from the Angels back in 2019. A drop third strike. That pitch sends down to first, and that is strikeout number 2 here for MacArthur, and out number 2 here in the top of the second. Bottom of the second. Jacob Hayward now up to bat. Back-to-back balls from MacArthur makes it 2-0. Looking for out number 3 quickly here. And that is 3 straight balls here from MacArthur. Now we saw that to Diego Rincones, but then he battled back and got the out. Hayward comes into today batting under the Mendoza line as MacArthur kicks and fires. And that is a strike on the knees. Hayward thinks it's ball 4, starts to head over to first, but is called back by the umpire. And now he steps into the back part of the righty batter's box with a 3-1 count. MacArthur takes a deep breath, shrugs his shoulders, kicks and fires home, and that one is fouled into the Fightin's dugout. And he's got himself back in the at-bat now with a full count. Popped foul once again into the stands, the second level. And there's a chase for this one. And a full count again here to Jacob Hayward. After Hayward will be the catcher, Martirano, and then the pitcher, Aaron Blair, in the lineup. And ball 4, just a little bit high. MacArthur battled back, but Hayward won this round as he heads down to first on a free pass. And here's Brandon Martirano now also batting at 190. And a foul ball in the playing field will take a minute for the manager, Sean Williams, to pick it up. He offers it to a young fan in the stands. And we're ready to get underway with the runner on first. And a tying run up at the plate as Reading leads 2-0 here. First offering to Martirano is high. Now the wind pushing a little bit stronger right to left now in favor of the catcher, who does have 3 home runs on the season. In Tuesday's contest, he reached on a walk and a hit by pitch. As MacArthur goes over to first, diving back in time is Hayward. The runner going, Fitch bobbles it back behind the dish, and Hayward is safe on second with a stolen base. So suddenly the Flying Squirrels are threatening with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Martirano with a 2-0 count here. He gets the signs from manager Jose Alguisil over at third base. And Hayward looks like he wants to take another as MacArthur misses on 3 straight pitches. Now he walked Hayward down to first. He's on second. And there he gets a called strike, 3-1. Looks back at the runner on second. Nobody covering with 2 outs. He's going to run on contact anyways. High heat to Martirano. That is strike 2 and another full count here from MacArthur. Working with a runner out on second and 2 outs on the board. This is Martirano's first time up. MacArthur deals and fires the payoff pitch, called strike 3. Colby Fitch back in the dugout already before Fornarola rings him up. And once again, the Flying Squirrels will strand a base runner as Reading leads by 2 heading into the top of the third.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at First Energy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at First Energy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Aaron Blair back on the mound in the top of the third. Reading leads by 2. They'll look to add on some more runs, as Jaylene Ortiz is going to lead us off. He had a double in his first at-bat, but was stranded there. And he takes the first pitch ball. Has 1 home run back at First Energy Stadium for 20 on the season. MJ Melendez of the AA Northwest Arkansas Naturals, a Royals affiliate, has 28 on the season. He leads all of minor league baseball. Ortiz not too far behind with 20. And he fouls one back, 2-1. Blair comes home. Ortiz just gets a piece of it, 2-2. Shade has finally infiltrated all of the playing field, as that center field position no longer in the sun. Coming home, Blair. And Ortiz lines this one into the glove of the third baseman, VR. It pops out, an errant throw over to first, and it gets into the dugout, which means Ortiz is awarded a free bag. So he'll move over to second for the second time today, and Reading has a runner in scoring position. And that'll be an error on VR since he had the ball in his glove, and then an errant throw allows Ortiz to reach second. So 2 errors on the third baseman, just like 2 errors on the first baseman in the last half inning, and 4 errors on the board for the Flying Squirrels right now have really allowed Reading to put some offense up on the board, and they've taken advantage of that today. Tough for Blair, as he's pitching a pretty good game right now. Just 1 hit he's given up and 2 walks. One of those was an intentional walk as well to Colby Fitch, though did actually pitch him 3 balls. And I wonder if he's getting a little bit flustered out on the mound. Back-to-back pitches outside to Bryson Stott. He holds off. And he's ahead in the count with a runner in scoring position. Now Wilson really keeping tabs on Ortiz out at second. Blair looks back, but seems like he's going to go home, and he does. This one a called strike to Bryson Stott, 2-1. Blair misses again outside. 3-1 here to Bryson Stott. Ortiz out on second. No outs on the board for the Flying Squirrels. And Fightin's already up 2-0 here early in this ball game. Here's the 3-1. Stott fouls it back, and the count is full now. Titans are in a good spot in their lineup here, although everybody has been contributing as of late. After Stott, we'll get to the cleanup hitter, Madison Stokes. Ortiz out on second, ready to dive back to the bag if need be. Blair getting the sign from Mark Toronto behind the plate. Looks back at second. Now he'll come home, full count to Stott. Over to short, a diving Wilson gets to it across to first, not in time, as Stott reaches safely. That is an infield hit to the shortstop position, and Ortiz making his way to third. Runners on the corners with nobody out here for Reading, and it's Madison Stokes up to the plate. Now, Ortiz had to be really careful running to third there, because he did not want to accidentally run into Bryson Stott's batted ball. If he did, it would be dead, and he would be out. And so you saw him kind of hold up for a second to avoid running into the base knock by Stott. And runners on the corners now as Stokes steps in. He grounded to short his first time up. even if he did so again and it resulted in a double play that would probably score a run for Reading. Blair checks on Stott over at first, but Bryson able to dive back. Blair has had traffic on the base paths in every half inning so far. Stott just one stolen base in one attempt so far this season. He goes to second, but has to come back as Stokes fouls one back. A nice catch by a fan. 0-1. Nice crowd here on a Thursday night at the Diamond. Yesterday they had 3,800. On Tuesday night, 6,300, which is very solid for a Tuesday night. No, they've got some awesome promotions coming up this week with some fireworks tonight. And can't wait till we get back in town to First Energy for the Mega Blast. Stokes sends this one high in the sky. It's going to stay in the infield. The shortstop, Wilson, camps under it, makes the catch, and that's one away. Here's Josh Stephen, who walked and scored a run back in the second. Also had a stolen base to his name. There's still runners on the corners for Reading, and one out on the board. Stevens stepping into the lefty batter's box. VR playing in. Middle infielders playing straight up. Blair goes back to first. A diving Stott is safe. Blair sets up on the first base side of the rubber. He's had 2 starts here in Double-A. 5 innings of work. 1 strikeout coming into this game, but in High A, pitched 72 and a third innings, averaged over a strikeout an inning, and recorded 4 wins. And hasn't seen much time here in Double-A, so just really acclimating against James MacArthur, who started the season here. Josh Stephen takes a high fastball for a strike, 1-1. Blair gets the sign for Mark Toronto behind the plate. Now he comes home. Stephen up the middle, ranging over the shortstop, misplays it, gets under his glove. Scoring is Ortiz. Diving into third is Stott. And Stephen, of course, reaching safely at first. That is a base hit for Josh Stephen that scores a run. Reading up 3-0 here. And they've got runners on the corner once again for Matt Kroon. And now the entire infield is coming in. Substitute pitching coach for the Iron Pigs, Steve Klein, got a job coaching in college baseball. So he's out right now as Clay Rapata is the pitching coach for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. He does not come out here in the meeting at the mound. The entire infield goes back to their positions as Mark Toronto back behind the plate. Matt Kroon in the righty batter's box. Runners on the corner for Reading. Only 1 out on the board, and they lead by 3 here in the top of the third. First pitch strike here to Matt Kroon. Looks down the third base line to manager Sean Williams over there. Kroon fouls it back, and he's down 0-2. Sends it up the middle, right into the glove of Whiteman. At second base, they're going to try to tie up Stott at third, but they don't. And there's 2 outs on the board. Hard hit by Kroon, just to the wrong spot. And with 2 away, here's Luke Miller. Still runners on the corners now. Reading scored 2 in the top of the second. They've already put 1 on the board here in the top of the third. As the rookie Blair up to 52 pitches right now. And 2 2/3 innings worked. His first offering to Luke Miller out to center field. It's going to drop in front of Fernandez and score a run as Bryson Stott comes home. And Miller will have his first hit of the day, an RBI single to center. And Reading up 4-0 now. Here's Colby Fitch. Fitch was intentionally walked after 3 straight balls from Blair in the second, and he ended up scoring a run off of the errors. Reading 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors on the field. The Squirrels, no runs on 1 hit. They've made 4 errors, so that kind of makes sense for y'all. And they've got runners on first and second with 2 outs right now. Wilson holding on. Josh Stephen at second, and Miller unattended at first. Obviously can't go anywhere unless Stephen goes somewhere. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Colby Fitch. Two balls, 1 strike here. Reading looking for more insurance runs. Obviously, no lead safe here as we're still in the top of the 3rd inning. Stephen on second, Miller on first. Coming home, Blair to Colby Fitch. 3 balls, 1 strike. Fitch, very, very patient at the plate, especially as of late. He's worked 19 walks so far this season. Blair takes a deep breath. And he comes home to Fitch. Gets a strike in there. And it's a full count to Colby Fitch now with 2 outs on the board, but 2 runners on. Here is pitch number 59 from Aaron Blair. The payoff pitch, both runners going. Fitch fouls it back into the net behind home plate and will go again. Like the aggression there by Stephen and Miller on the base pass. Stephen already around third. Reading's up by 4 here with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd. Runners going, Fitch up the middle. Easy ground ball to the shortstop. Another misplay on the diamond for the Flying Squirrels. No run score as Steven holds up at third base, but an E6 allows Fitch to reach, and the bases are loaded here for James MacArthur. With 2 outs on the board, an opportunity to really have the Fightin' Phils take it away. There is some action in the bullpen now for the Flying Squirrels, and here is Clay Rapata coming out to the mound. So we'll give you a little recap scoring around the affiliates as Philadelphia has tied things up at 5. JT Realmuto doubled in the top of the ninth to score 2 runs, and that is pretty big for the Big Phils as they tie things up in the top of the ninth. They have really had a fantastic past few games as they're coming up on the Mets in their division. And they have an opportunity to plate more runs. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. It's Reese Hoskins who is up at the dish. And Lehigh Valley tied 1-1 with the Buffalo Bison. They're playing at Coca-Cola Park. Jersey Shore has a 2-1 lead on Aberdeen. And Clearwater trailing by 1 at Baycare Ballpark in the bottom of the second. Back to resume this game as James MacArthur steps into the righty batter's box, reached on an error back in the second, but had some chance to do some damage here with the bases loaded and 2 away. He'll hold off on a first pitch strike. James MacArthur has been stellar on the mound. A little bit late to that pitch, he'll foul it back, and he's down 0-2. We'll see what he's got at the plate today. Solid base running allowed him to reach first on the fielding error by the first baseman, Tostado. And they've made 5 errors in this ballgame, 2 at first, 2 at third, and 1 at short in this half inning. On the first base side of the rubber, Brer kicks, and MacArthur will go down swinging as he leaves the bases loaded. And he'll head back on the mound. Reading, though, plates 2 here in this half inning, and they're up by 4 going into the bottom of the third at the diamond.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Sons. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin' Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
James MacArthur comes back onto the mound here with a 4-run lead in the bottom of the third, and Aaron Blair's day will be done after 2 innings of work as Andy Suhilio comes in to pinch hit here to start things off in the bottom half. They'll bat in the number 9 spot as Suhilio just going to get this one and then go back to the top of the order with Simon Whiteman. 2 innings of work, MacArthur, 34 pitches. He's allowed just 1 hit to the Flying Squirrels and 1 free pass. Shut them down to no runs. His first offering to Suhilio is a called strike. Reading scored 2 in the top of the second and 2 in the top of the third, taking advantage of the 5 miscues by the defense of the Flying Squirrels, as Suhilio swings and misses. That's strike number 2 for James MacArthur. And he kicks and fires home, gets Suhilio on a breaking ball. And that is out number 1 and strikeout number 3 here for James MacArthur in the top of the third. MacArthur's season high is 6 strikeouts in an appearance. He did that in 4 innings of work. 4 and 2/3 innings is his longest appearance so far. In his last outing on the 29th, they allowed him to throw 47 pitches. That was his first start in over a month. So we'll see how long they let him go, though he's looked very solid so far today. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Simon Whiteman as we head back to the top of the order. Whiteman grounded to third. And obviously some action in the bullpen for the Flying Squirrels since they just pinch hit for their starter. Don't know who's going to be coming in just yet. A called strike here to Whiteman as MacArthur is dealing. And he misses down and away, 2-2. Sun starting to set here in Richmond, Virginia. We'll see what kind of sky we get over the outfield. Interesting with no outfield seating whatsoever in this ballpark. High and tight to Simon Whiteman, and the count now full here by James MacArthur. The Diamond holds 9,560 people. This one out to right field. It'll drop alongside Matt Kroon, coming around to second all the way to third. Here's the relay throw from Gamboa to Stokes. He makes the tag, not in time. And Simon Whiteman is thrilled to have his first triple of the season. And there is a runner in scoring position for the Flying Squirrels with nobody out, though MacArthur has a 4-run lead to work with. A really nice throw from Gamboa in shallow right field. Honestly, a perfect throw to Stokes at third. And it was just a little bit late, but not his fault there, as MacArthur now has to work with a runner on third. And 1 away here for Vince Fernandez. First offering downstairs. MacArthur gets a foul tip off of Fernandez, 1-1. Struck out in his first time against the starter back in the first. Slow rolling in this ball game. An hour of baseball here at the Diamond, and 2.5 innings thus far. MacArthur gets his grip behind his waist. Now he'll come home. Swinging strike. Makes it 1-2. Mid-90s here from James MacArthur in the top of the third inning. And with the runner on third, he'll throw the 1-2 to Fernandez, fouled back into the stands, and he'll go again. And another 1-2, swing and a miss. Vince Fernandez, second strikeout of the day. James MacArthur's fifth. And that's a big out for MacArthur and co. Number 2 in the third, and they've got Whiteman out on third. Here's David Villar. Now Villar, one of their top hitters as MacArthur gets into the heart of their lineup. So this will be a tough spot to get through without allowing a run. He comes home to Villar for a called strike. A nice big lead being taken by Whiteman out on third. Stokes not holding him on with 2 outs. The entire infield is back deep here. And Rhys Hoskins doubled in the top of the ninth to put the Phillies on top, 7-5, as the Nationals are up at the dish right now. It's Archie Bradley who's on the mound for Philadelphia here. Got 1 out in the bottom of the ninth. One ball, 1 strike here to Villar. MacArthur coming home upstairs and at the letters for a called strike, 1-2. 2 outs on the board here and a runner on third. MacArthur trying to preserve the shutout here in the bottom of the third inning, allowed 2 hits and 1 walk. And here's the 1-2 to Villar. The same exact pitch gets him on strike 3. Villar throws the, what do you mean that was a strike, hands to Fornarola, but he's back to the dugout as MacArthur notches another K, and the Fightin's up by 4 here in the top of the fourth.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living. Well, Blair will hand over the ball to Louise Amaya here in the top of the fourth. Reading leads by 4 runs over the Flying Squirrels. And Amaya is a lefty here, adjusts his pants before setting up on the third base side of the rubber. He kicks and fires outside to Archimedes Gamboa. We are back to the top of the Fightin' Phil's order. A shutdown inning
by James McCarthy to record his 6th strikeout of the day. That is a season high for him as Gamboa flies out to the left fielder, 1 away. The Nationals plate one here in the bottom of the 9th as Juan Soto doubled and then scored off the bat of Josh Bell. And I don't know what it is, but there's some sort of on-field delay. There's only 1 out in the bottom of the 9th. Obviously, the Nationals, the home team, have a chance to walk it off without the Phillies to contest. Amaya kicks and fires home to Ortiz. He gets it in the gap between second and third, and it is a 2-hit day for Ortiz, who's reached all 3 times, including an error. And he's on first with 1 out for Bryson Stott. Runner on first as the lefty Amaya has a good vantage point of Ortiz. He comes home to Stott. 1 ball, 1 strike. Amaya, just 22 years old, out of Venezuela, picked up as an international free agent back in 2014. So has been with this organization for 7 years so far at the AA level. At 22 is about right for progress there. He kicks and fires to Stott, who fouls back this one up the third base line, and it's 1-2. Reading has an opportunity here to plate some more runs in the top of the 4th. They lead by 4. And going over to first is Amaya. Ortiz really not taking much of a lead over on first. And Stott puts this one up the left field line. It's fair all the way to the corner. Ortiz up to third, and Bryson Stott a 2-hit day as he gets an extra base hit. A stand-up double to second will put 2 runners in scoring position for Reading here with just 1 out, and that is Bryson Stott's 14th double of the season here in AA Reading. Ties Matt Kroon for a team high. Nope, Luke Miller with a team high 14. As soon as I said it, that didn't make sense to me. And here is Madison Stokes, your cleanup hitter. 2 runners on the infield playing in for the Flying Squirrels. They're trying to preserve any more runs from coming across. And it's a called strike here to Stokes. Hit the ball to the shortstop position both times he was up. Amaya comes home and gets Stokes to chase on a slider down and away. No balls and 2 strikes, just 1 out on the board here for Reading in the top of the 4th. And Stokes holds off on a pitch downstairs. 1-2. Jaylene Ortiz out on third. Bryson Stott on second here. The wind ripping from right to left now as those flags out in center field are fully horizontal, blowing on the poles. Amaya's kicks and fires. Stokes pokes it the opposite way. A hard hit liner is foul, and he'll keep his 1-2 count. Archie Bradley gets the save as the Philadelphia Phillies pick up their 56th win of the season, 7-6 over the Nationals. They are now 3 games above 500 as Mauricio Llovera gets his first win of of his big league career. And Stokes takes another ball, 2-2. Big for the Phillies there as they are coming up on the New York Mets. They are one game back going in today. Stokes to second. They're going to try to tie up Ortiz on third, and they don't get the tag. So on what would have been a fielder's choice, the lead runner stays put on third, and the bases are loaded here as Stokes reaches on that fielder's choice, but nobody is out. So there's only one out on the board with the bases loaded here, and it is big time for Josh Stephen, who's reached on a walk and a base hit. Tough going for the Flying Squirrels out in the field today. So the Mets are 56-52, and the Phillies are 56-53. So it is a battle for first in the NL East. The first offering gets by the catcher, and Ortiz is going to hold up at third. As a good cover there from Amaya at the plate. Nobody advances, but it is ball one to Josh Stephen. So exciting things happening here at the Diamond for your Fightin' Phils and for your Big Phils. Really nice things as well. We'll keep you updated on the rest of the affiliates in just a second. As Amaya kicks and fires home to Josh Stephen, a called strike. Stephen taking a moment out of the batter's box. The infield is still going to play in with the exception of Whiteman over at second. It's Ortiz at third, Stott at second, and Stokes at first. The bases loaded with one out in the top of the fourth. And Josh Stephen is going to send one through the gap, scoring two as Bryson Stott is being waved home. And he slides into second. The tag, he's punched out at second. But that's only out number two, as he should get a base hit for that. And he scores 2 runs. So the Fightins lead by 6 here. Tough there for Josh Stephen. It was a nice double, but gets thrown out at second, although Madison Stokes reaches third here. And I do believe that will be a single, and then out at second on the throw. And there's a runner on third for Matt Kroon. Kroon, one of 2 batters in the starting 9, not to reach first as a wild pitch gets by Martirano. Madison Stokes is going to score Reading's 7th run of the ball game here, as they really are overpowering the Flying Squirrels today. They've scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and 3 in the fourth. I can barely keep up on Twitter here. And it's Kroon and Gamboa who have not reached at all in any way today, but Kroon has an opportunity to change that. No runners on the base past 2 outs. He takes a second ball. And a called strike on the inside makes this a full count now with 2 outs. As Reading leads by 7 over the Flying Squirrels. And we are only in the top of the 4th inning, folks. Amaya bending down. He'll get the sign from Martirano now. The lefty stands up tall on the rubber. He kicks and fires the payoff pitch to Matt Kroon and walks him to first. Now, that's the first free pass he's issued in this half inning. The rest of the Fightins reaching. And here is Luke Miller now with a runner on first and 2 away. Kroon extends the inning by walking. And the infield back deep now is the first offering. A called strike here to Luke Miller, 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And Reading is all over the Flying Squirrels pitching staff today. Miller, a slow roller down the third base line. Charging is VR. Over to first. The throw is wide, and Luke Miller reaches. And that is going to be a infield single to Luke Miller, who's had a 2-hit day. As Kroon shifts to second, here is Colby Fitch now with 2 outs and 2 on. Sean Williams out on third is giving the signs to his base runners right now. And the infield is going to come in here to talk to Luis Amaya. Now everybody's back in their respective spots. As Matt Kroon out on second. And Luke Miller on first. Colby Fitch in that lefty batter's box for the lefty-lefty matchup. And calling time is Amaya as Martirano comes out to give signs to his infield. And Colby Fitch back up in the batter's box. Amaya looks back at second. Now will come home to Fitch, and it's a called strike. 2 outs on the board. Reading has already put 3 runs up here in the top of the 4th. Gets away from Martirano, but he's able to keep in front of him. And the runners are going to stay put on first and second. Amaya kicks and fires here to Fitch. Downstairs, a nice frame by Martirano, but doesn't get the call by Fornarola behind the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the offering. A called strike at the knees. Fitch takes 2 and 2. 2 outs on the board here. Runners on first and second as the Fightins have an advantageous 7-0 lead. A long sit here for James MacArthur if they bring him back out for another inning of work, which I do believe they will. Amaya with the 2-2, and Fitch strikes out swinging to end the inning. And can you believe we didn't bat through the order there? All but 1 got up. Reading adds 3 runs here and strands 2 in the top of the 4th. As we go into the bottom half, James MacArthur will look to continue his shutout here at the Diamond.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania, services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, two great hometown partners.
Well, into the bottom of the fourth, James MacArthur had a long wait, but will come back out with 52 pitches and 6 strikeouts. The first offering is hard hit by Frankie Tostado up the first baseline into the corner. Matt Kroon sends it back in. And a leadoff double from Tostado gets the crowd roaring. They haven't really seen much action from the Flying Squirrels up at the plate today. And that is just the third hit allowed by James MacArthur here. He's put up zeros in the first 3 innings. And here's Diego Rincones with the runner on second and nobody out. Now he allowed to triple to Whiteman in the third, but didn't allow him to score with back-to-back Ks on the board. And Rincones will step up for the second time today, 0 for 1. Interesting how it works out, as pretty much everybody in the order has batted 3 times so far for Reading, and Rincones just getting up for the second time today, down by 7, but with a runner on scoring position, MacArthur gets a first pitch strike. Sun Rilling starting to set here out beyond the right field wall. 0-2 to Rincones. And the wind has died down just a little bit right now. MacArthur looks back at second, nobody holding on the runner. He comes home and gets Rincones to straight. A season-high 7 Ks for James MacArthur here in just 1 out away in the top of the 4th, and only 55 pitches right now. I do see somebody warming in the bullpen for Reading, as they might not let him go through more, just coming back from injury. So might be held to a smaller leash. Sends one down away to Will Wilson. Tom, you know anything about that? Tom doesn't. I can't see who's warming up down there. Tom can't tell either. A little stretching. Joking? Having fun. Getting some movement. Well, that's good to hear, since MacArthur's very dominant over the Flying Squirrels right now. 2 straight balls, though, to Will Wilson. Struck out back in the second. Tostado with a nice lead off of second. Above average runner on the base paths. And MacArthur comes home inside for a called strike. Just 1 stolen base for Frankie Tostado in 1 attempt. Whiteman, the really only consistent swiper of bags in Richmond's roster. And MacArthur gets the sign from Fitch behind the plate. He's going to look back at second, but come home the 2-1. Fouled back over the stands. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here he comes home with the 2-2 down away. Nice stop there by Fitch to keep it in front of him, and a full count now to the shortstop. And Wilson ends up walking down to first. There'll be 2 runners on with just 1 out now. That will set up James MacArthur for the double play. He's only gotten 1 ground ball out of the Flying Squirrels offense today, but there's 2 on for Jacob Hayward. Colby Fitch steps out in front of the dish. He's going to give the signs to his infield here. Bryson Stott inching a little bit closer towards second. Now he's going to back up after some light conversation with Tostado, who's taking a very sizable lead out on second. I would venture to say 7 feet, maybe more, as he's pretty much halfway between second and third once the pitch comes in. A first pitch strike here to Jacob Hayward. And MacArthur's offering lined into left field. It'll drop in front of Josh Stephen. And Tostado held up at third by Aloguisil. So bases loaded here for James MacArthur. And this is really the first time that the Flying Squirrels have threatened at all in this ballgame. Gets a pat from Fitch as he walks back onto the mound. He's in a good spot in the order here. He's got the catcher and then the pitcher. And I'm sure they will pinch hit for Amaya here. See who's on their bench today. They've got a big bench. Wow. Well, Suhilio's already been in and out, but they have 5 other options. So I would imagine they pinch hit for Amaya here, who got rocked in the top of the 4th. And with a swinging strike, that is 1 away. Just to compare, Reading has 3 on their bench. Well, 2 now that Brock Stassi at the injured list. So Kumana and Conley are the only ones on the bench. And then the Flying Squirrels have Matheny, Tolman. They already used Suhilio, Torres, Angulo, and Fabian. And it looks like Fabian is on deck. One ball, 1 strike here from MacArthur to Martirano. He struck out back in the 2nd. And he'll come home. Ground ball, this is perfect for the Fightins. 4-6-3, the double play to end the inning. And MacArthur gets what he needs to get out of another one clean. He puts up a donut in the bottom of the 4th, and Reading leads by 7 going into the 5th.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Sports Carlton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. The sunshine and good times are waiting, so it's time to go the distance in a car you can depend on. Kia, backed by our 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Summer's calling. How will you answer? Kia, movement that inspires. Hurry into your local Kia dealer today for great deals on our exciting lineup of vehicles built for summer.
Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty program refers to a limited powertrain warranty. See retailer for warranty details.
MacArthur is going to start us off at the plate here on the top of the fifth. So hopefully that means we will see him in the bottom of the fifth. And by getting through a complete four with that double play ball, that was pretty big there for MacArthur to preserve his shutout over the Richmond Flying Squirrels. And out on the mound, since we didn't get to that pitcher spot, nobody pinch hit? I think just pinch hit for Amaya. So he will come back in the top of the fifth. 1 ball and 2 strikes as MacArthur chases down and away. Reached on an error and struck out back in the third. Lowered his batting average to .333 as the lefty deals for a called strike 3. He'll turn back around and headed to the dugout, out number 1 in the top of the fifth, as Reading gets back to the top of the order with Archimedes Gamboa. And Gamboa 0 for 3 today. The only one to not reach in the starting 9, but has had really 2 nice fly balls out to left. And if he could just get a little bit more on them, that will get the job done. And he'll step up into the righty batter's box here to face the lefty Amaya. And a high offering is ball number 1. And Gamboa fouls it back into the net behind home plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. Back to the pitcher over his glove, a charging Whiteman onto first, and it bounces in front of Tostado and over his head. That is a base hit to Archimedes Gamboa, and so he reaches first. For the first time today, there's a runner on with 1 away. And Gamboa snapped his on-base streak back on Tuesday, so he'll start it over again with yesterday walked and today this base hit, though the longest of the season for him and for the Reading Fightin' Phils, as he made it 22 games consecutively down to first. Intermittent walks, and base knocks that allowed him to reach. That is over double what anyone else has done so far this season. He has the second longest as well, with 13 consecutive games he's reached first. So big congratulations there to Gamboa. And he starts all over with 2 games here he's reached back to back. And it is Jaylene Ortiz with a runner on first and 1 away. Ortiz reaching all 3 times today As Amaya kicks and fires home back into the net behind home plate, he'll keep his 0-2 count. Ortiz takes a pitch outside, and it's 1-2. Yesterday's game, 2 hours and 10 minutes, so we'll eclipse that as we're just 20 minutes away here from the 2-hour mark. But that's because the Fightins have put the offense on the board. 7 runs on 9 hits. We're only in the top of the 5th as Ortiz takes a high ball upstairs, 2-2. The Flying Squirrels, no runs on 4 hits. They've made 5 errors in the field, which is really tough to come back from. But they've got a great crowd here at the ballpark on a beautiful Thursday night. And Amaya with the big leg kick comes home. He gets Ortiz to chase down and away. Looks a little frustrated as he walks back into the dugout. That's the second K for Amaya in this inning. And out number 2, Gamboa staying put on first. Here is Bryson Stott. Stott singled in the 3rd and doubled in the 4th, so would love to see a triple and a home run out of him. We've seen a lot of fun things so far in the R-Phils games. Obviously, we've seen that no-hitter down in Erie. We saw Kyle Dowie with the immaculate inning. We saw Gamboa with an inside-the-park home run as Stott belts this one up the right field line. It bounces all the way to the wall. And coming to second is Stott. He's going to go to third as he dives in at third. And the throw comes home. Gamboa scoring. The Fightins have an 8-run lead here, and we're going to have to see how they score that. It could be double in advance on the throw. But Gamboa crosses the plate off of Bryson Stott's bat as he reaches third. Reading 8, Richmond 0. And here's Madison Stokes with a runner on third and 2 outs on the board. Stokes reached on a fielder's choice and scored on the wild pitch back in the 4th. So still looking for his first hit of the day. As he takes a called strike and then fouls one back, he's down 0-2. And that is a triple for Bryson Stott, so that is his 2nd triple of the season, and now just a home run shy of the cycle. Amaya comes home, the 0-2 Stott. Stokes strikes out swinging. He'll strand Stott on third as he heads back to the dugout. Reading with an 8-run lead here into the bottom of the 5th out the diamond.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
James MacArthur here for the bottom of the 5th inning. If he gets all 3 outs in this inning, that will be his longest outing so far in 2021. And we do have a pinch hitter as Shane Matheny up at the plate, so Amaya will not return for the 6th inning. And we did see Matheny pinch hit on Tuesday's game. In the 8th inning, he worked a walk. And he's got 2 strikes here from James MacArthur. And that is strike number 3. As 3 pitches, sits down Matheny in his pinch hit outing. And there's 1 away for James MacArthur, recording his 8th strikeout here. And as I said before, that is a season high. And Sean Williams going to come out now, so I'm going to call pitch count here as MacArthur reaches 70 pitches. They're going to take the ball away from him, and we're going to take a short break to find out who comes into the game. Just gets a couple claps from the Fightin fans in the stands as he heads back into the dugout. A great start for James MacArthur, and whoever comes in will have 8 runs of support here in the 5th.
The Penn State Health St. Joseph's 67 Club is the original hospitality area at First Energy Stadium. Conveniently located along the third base side, the 67 Club gives you front row seat to all the action at the hot corner. The area is safely protected from line drives with large see-through netting. Starting at $31, groups of 20 or more can enjoy a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet. Children 4 and under are free. Visit Fightins.com or call us at 610-370-FALL to reserve your group outing.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenheimer ticket office at First Energy Stadium.
The R. Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightins baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin Phils.
Well, James MacArthur will hand off the ball to Austin Ross, who was called upon out of the bullpen here in the 5th with 1 away. He'll face the top of the order with Simon Whiteman, as James MacArthur has now recorded a consecutive 11 2/3 innings of work. 1/3, 11 1/3, Tom corrects me here, as he gets the 1/3 right now. 3 in relief, scoreless, 4 out of the gate, scoreless, as a pop-up in foul territory comes off the bat of Whiteman. And Luke Miller makes the catch for out number 2, which makes sense because today he'll get the 4 1/3 Scoreless here for 11 and a third innings of work consecutive without allowing an earned run. So pretty successful outing for James MacArthur, and the Bats backed him up today. On 10 hits, they've scored 8 runs and made no errors in the field. So Austin Ross comes out. He gets one quick out of Whiteman, and here's Vince Fernandez, a pair of strikeouts to his name today. And he'll take a first pitch strike. Ironic that Austin Ross comes out, because I met him downstairs by the bullpen earlier, and we were talking about when he would come out, if he knew or if they would just call upon him, and said sometimes you can figure it out based on what the situation of the game is, and when the last time you were called upon to pitch is and who threw yesterday. But for the most part, you're kind of just sitting there waiting for your name to be called, and he gets the call tonight. Gets Fernandez down 0-2 here, and one strike away from a clean fifth, as so far the Fightin's pitching staff has shut out the Richmond Flying Squirrels. The 0-2, a called strike 3 as he's rung up by Fornarola, and that'll get us through the fifth as Reading leads by 8 going into the top of the sixth at the Diamond.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mal Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mal Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mal Beer and Mal Cinco Estrellas Lager at First Energy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mal Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
Well, a couple of defensive switches as Shane Matheny heads to second. That pushes Whiteman out to right field. And a new pitcher for the Richmond Flying Squirrels in Ryan Walker. Just called up from High A Eugene back on the 4th, so has only been with the team for one day, and he's already out on the mound. The righty reliever will face off against Josh Stephen. then Kroon and Miller here. Reading leads by 8 runs on 10 hits. The Flying Squirrels, no runs on 4 hits. They've made 5 errors in the field. Walker, an interesting delivery, will pretty much have his back to the catcher as he faces left field and then rotates his body all the way home. Steven grounds to second, and there's one away. The crowd's still pretty invested here on a ground out. They're cheering very strongly as they're down by 8 runs. And that double defensive switch that Sean Williams is such a fan of, the Flying Squirrels will do here, as they will have a different batter coming up in the next half inning. Walker now to Matt Kroon. Kroon takes a first pitch, called strike. Walker, a 31st round draft pick back in 2018 out of Washington State. Must have had a good time out in Eugene before coming all the way to a different side of the country. Ground ball up the middle, ranging over Matheny, and to first, not in time. Matt Kroon reaches on a base hit up the middle, and there's a runner on with 1 away. Reading scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and 1 in the fifth. And here we are in the top of the 6th. Luke Miller now takes a first pitch ball. Miller, a 2-hit day, back-to-back singles in the third and the fourth. And Walker comes home. Miller chases 1-1. And a swinging strike brings Miller to his knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. A runner on first and 1 out on the board in the top of the 6th. Walker looking to put up a 0 for the Fightin' Phils for the first time since the first inning when they went down 1-2-3. Who would have thought we'd be this far? Miller stays alive as he fouls one into the Fightin' Phils dugout. And another foul ball off the hands of Miller. And another foul ball. He stays alive here. That is 3 consecutive foul balls for pitch number 6. And Matt Kroon over at first, being held on by Tostado. Rest of the infield is back deep here to Luke Miller. Pitch in the dirt by Walker. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Reading looking for their 32nd win of the season here in game number 81 of 120. 6 games on the road here in Richmond. Then they return home for 12 in 13 days. And a strike right down the middle as Miller caught looking, and there's out number 2 in the top of the 6th. Here's Colby Fitch right now. And it is Austin Ross who comes out of the dugout in the on-deck circle, should he get up here in the top of the 6th. 2 outs on the board, though. Way outside to Fitch, 1-0. Fitch chases. 1 ball, 1 strike here. And there's ball number 2. Bless you. Tom sneezed here. Don't worry, they can't hear it on the air. Most hits in a game for Reading this season, 14. Well, right now they're at 11, and we're only in the 6th inning. As Fitch takes ball 3. Ground ball right side, ranging over Matheny onto first, and that is out number 3. The first 0 put up by the Fightin since the 1st inning. On to the bottom of the 6th, and we shall see if it's Austin Ross here to pitch in relief for another half inning of work.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Austin Ross back here for the bottom of the 6th inning, looking to keep this shutout going against the Richmond Flying Squirrels. He got 2 outs in the 5th, and we'll see what he can do as he sends a first pitch strike into David VR here in the 6th. Reading up by 8 here, 11 hits to Richmond's 4. And they've made no errors in the field. And they've actually haven't made an error in the field at all this series, so hopefully they can continue that. 1 ball, 1 strike here to VR. The righty kicks and fires way inside. He backs out untouched. And it's 2-1. 1 for 2 day for VR. A single in the first and struck out looking in the third. And a fastball that is fouled back, 2-2. The cheers make me think it's well caught in the stands. And Ross sets up on the third base side of the rubber, coming home to Colby Fitch here. 92 on the gun is ball 3, and a full count here for Austin Ross, looking for his first out of the 6th. And the crowd is booing as VR, hit by pitch, heads to first. On a free pass, seems okay. And here's Frankie Tostado now with 1 on and nobody out. The first hit by a pitch today from the Fightin staff, and just the 3rd free pass issued, which was a problem for them in the series against Somerset, but they've really rightened that ship here in this series against Richmond. And Ross just checking out VR on first. Now he'll turn his attention to Frankie Tostado. 1 for 2 day. The first offering fouled up the third base line, coming over Stokes, but he'll run out of real estate as it's in the stands, and it'll just go in as a strike. This one grounded to second. Gamboa, Stott, Miller, and they get the double play, just their 2nd of the ball game. And they'll race the runners on the base pass, 4-6-3. And there's suddenly 2 outs on the board here for Rincones. Ross's first offering upstairs for a ball. Reading leads by 8 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And since the Flying Squirrels are at home here at the Diamond, they will bat at the bottom of the 9th, barring any atrocities. And that's ball number 2. Foul ball is strike number 1 here to Rincones. And strike 2 on a high fastball, 91 off the hands of Austin Ross. And he's a strike away from putting up another 0 on the board here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ross kicks and fires home. Ground ball left side. Stokes double grips across the diamond. And that is out number 3 as Reading maintains their 8-0 shutout as we head into the 7th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Austin Ross, after getting out of the inning 1-2-3 facing the minimum, will bat here in the top of the 7th. Walker comes out for another inning of work. And he sends Ross a first pitch strike. Ross has seen just 1 at-bat so far this season, and it's resulted in 1 strikeout as he takes ball 2. So still looking for the first hit of his Double-A career. Pitcher on pitcher matchup as Walker deals downstairs. It is a called strike at the knees, and the count evens at 2. And swing and a miss will be strike number 3 for Austin Ross, and that'll be out number 1 for the Richmond Flying Squirrels here in the top of the 7th. We're back to the top of the order with Archimedes Gamboa. Strike number 1 to Gamboa. 1 for 4 today with a base hit in his last appearance. Ground ball left side. It's up the third baseline, and it's fair as Gamboa hustles for 2. He'll have a stand-up double here with 1 out as he puts himself in scoring position for Jaylene Ortiz. Well, Tom and I were checking our game notes last time it happened, and my This Day in Baseball Town history. He was searching the web, and I can't find of a time when anybody from Reading hit for the cycle. And the guys before me usually kept a pretty good track of all those types of statistics. So there have been a lot of people who have been following the team much longer than I have. So if you know of a time and have proof of a Fightin' Phil notching the cycle, which is a single, double, triple, and home run, all in the same ball game, please comment on whatever platform you're listening to. Email me, call the office, something like that, and let me know, because I don't have any record of it here. And whether or not it happens tonight, I still would like to have record for it. And I'll have to talk to a couple other people on the team, that some more historians that might know a little bit better than me, as this meeting on the mound wraps up to Ortiz. There's a runner on second and one out here. He's got a strike as Gamboa takes a slight lead. And Ortiz pops this one foul. One ball, two strikes here to Ortiz. And Ortiz is going to drop this one in front of the center fielder, Whiteman. Gamboa will hold up on third as the throw comes into the plate. And there's runners on the corners here with just one away, as Ortiz, a 3-hit day, gets himself on first. And here's Bryson Stott, the man we are talking about the cycle for, as he has had a single, double, and triple, all in that order, in back-to-back innings, third, fourth, and fifth. So he's just a home run shy of the cycle. And they say that a triple is the hardest part. I have no idea what's the hardest part. But if he hits for it, I'll definitely ask him. And Stott pokes this one foul. He's down 0-2. And he pokes this one up the third base line into the Fightin's bullpen. They scatter. And he'll keep his strike at number 2. One out on the board. Runners on first and third for Reading. They're already up by 8. 13 hits on the day. And the next hit will tie their season high for most hits in a ball game at 14. Most runs in a game is 12. And they are at 8 right now with 3 more innings to bat, including this one. As Stott grounds it to second, 4 as the second baseman bobbles it. They'll get the out at second as Bryson Stott reaches on a fielder's choice. Not part of the cycle, but he will drive home a run. So Reading leads by 9 right now as Archimedes Gamboa crosses the plate. Ortiz out on that fielder's choice. They could have turned 2, but they don't. And the second baseman won't get an error for it, since he does get an out. And there's 2 away. Bryson Stott on first, and Madison Stokes will come up to the dish. Stokes takes the first pitch strike. And ball number 1 comes in. Ground ball left side. This could be the final out of the 7th. As they go for the easy out at second, a fielder's choice from Madison Stokes makes out number 3. Reading leads by 9 now as they put one up here in the top of the 7th. And we'll see if it's somebody else coming out of the bullpen or Austin Ross here from the bottom half. We'll take stretch time at the Diamond.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Character Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with your family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet and photos and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phil's mascot band. Regular game tickets are $30 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
T-Mobile is the leader in 5G coverage and speed. No one else covers more Americans with the fastest 5G. The R-Phils are proud to introduce T-Mobile as the title sponsor of our Plaza stage. Fightin' Phil's fans can continue to expect great performances on game days and non-game days. The T-Mobile stage is home to great bands, such as the Truest Fightin's mascot band and many others. It will also continue to house great musical performances during the off-season.
Unlike any other area at First Energy Stadium, the Stadium 61 Dugout Suite puts you at the closest seat to the action on field, located just feet away from the diamond on the first base side. With covered seating, ability and motion accessible seating, and the most unique view around, your group will thank you over and over again for a one-of-a-kind experience. Tickets for the Dugout Suite are $27 and include options to add food or drink packages.
Well, Austin Ross is going to hand over the ball to Anaire Zabala here for the bottom of the 7th. Reading put up 1 in the top half, so they lead by 1. Diving is Stokes. He can't come up with it, but he stops the ball from trickling to the outfield. And a base hit for Will Wilson. We'll have a runner on first here with nobody out. And here's Jacob Hayward now. Austin Ross's final line coming in an inning and 2/3 of work. No hits, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 2. And he does that all on 17 pitches as he hands over the ball to Zabala for the bottom of the 7th. And Hayward takes the first pitch strike. Fightins have gotten 2 really big double plays off the hands of their pitchers, and I'm sure Zabala would love one right now. As he kicks and fires home, gets Hayward to chase on a slider down and away. And that is strike number 3 and out number 1 here for Zabala for the catcher, Mark Toronto. And the pitch gets away from Colby Fitch, but he keeps it in front of him, ball 1. Mark Toronto, a strikeout and grounded into a double play, so 0 for 2 today. And 99 off the hands of Zabala. He's been known to reach 100 plus a couple times. His highest clocking in at 102. Have you seen any higher than 102, Tom? Tom says no. And that's strike number 1 as Zabala kicks and fires again. A high fly ball out to center, but it's going to hold up in the sky. And coming in is Ortiz. He'll make the catch for out number 2. All the while, Will Wilson is stuck at first. And here's Shane Matheny. We saw him come into pinch hit in the 5th and came in defensively at 2nd. So this is his 2nd time batting and the first time he struck out looking. That was James MacArthur's final out. And so he'll come up with 2 outs and a runner on here. And he swings on the first pitch deep to center field. Tracking back, Ortiz. It's not going to be over the fence, but it will bounce off the wall, and they won't get shut out as they score a run tonight. A triple from Shane Matheny plates a run, and it is 9-1 here as the crowd goes wild at the diamond. Will Wilson crossing the plate, the first run of the night for Richmond here in the bottom of the 7th. And 2 outs on the board as we go back to the top of the order with Simon Whiteman. Righty on righty matchup as Zabala sets up on the first base side of the rubber. Checks a swing, it gets by Fitch. And another run will score on a wild pitch as Matheny crosses the plate. 9-2 here at the diamond, and that's the point of insurance runs, is that the Fightin's lead is still comfortable. And now, with the bases cleared, Zabala just has to work on Whiteman, and there's something going on here as there's arguing coming out of the dugout and from Zabala on the mound as he holds up his hands. Nothing happened out of that, and it doesn't look like any more chirping out of the dugouts here as Zabala gets a strike. Nice frame there by Fitch as he gently coerces it into the strike zone. 1-1. And strike 2. And he's a strike away from coming out of this half inning. And he chases. That is strike 3. As Phillips says, he goes around. Whiteman down on strikes as Zabala picks up another strikeout, and we get out of the 7th. 2 runs across the plate. It is 9-2 here at the diamond as we go into the top of the 8th.
The Acme Distribution Center in Denver, Pennsylvania is hiring warehouse positions now. Attend Acme's Job Fair Wednesday, July 14th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 500 South Muddy Creek Road in Denver, Pennsylvania. Starting rate of $19.30 per hour, including premiums. Potential first-year earnings of over $50,000. Acme offers industry-leading benefit packages with family coverage and a $2,500 retention bonus. Hiring this Wednesday, July 14th. To learn more or register, go to hiringeventdenverpa.com.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fighting Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Well, a call to the bullpen for the Richmond Flying Squirrels as Ryan Walker's day is done after 2 innings of work. 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts on 36 pitches. Pretty good double-A start for the reliever. And he'll hand the ball off to Frank Rubio. 29th rounder back in 2017. Josh Stephen is going to start us off. The Squirrels scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th. That is their first 2 of the day on 6 hits. Reading 9 runs on 13 hits, capitalizing off of Richmond's 5 errors in the field. Stephen takes a strike and then a ball inside, 1-1. Strike number 2 here to Josh Stephen. A 2-hit day and 3 RBIs to his name as well. And we'll see what Rubio has to offer. This is the first time we see him in this series. And he strikes out Josh Stephen, 1 away. Here's Matt Kroon now. First pitch strike here to Kroon. The sun is officially set here in Richmond. Baseball under the lights. Beautiful night at the ballpark. Just a slight breeze still going from right to left as Kroon takes strike number 2. And Rubio offers ground ball left side. It's the shortstop Wilson across the diamond for out number 2. And here's Luke Miller now. Miller makes contact on the first pitch, high in the sky. The shortstop calls everybody off, and the first 1-2-3 inning of the night for the Richmond Flying Squirrels. As we head into the bottom of the 8th, they are down by 7 runs.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. For us, from our banking to our insurance, they provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
A pinch hitter here in the 8th as Walker was supposed to come up. Then Walker was subbed out on the mound, so it would have been Rubio, but instead it's Sandro Fabian here in the 8th, and so that means that Rubio will not come back in the top of the 9th. And Zabala does come out here in the bottom of the 8th after allowing 2 runs in the 7th. But the Fightins have some wiggle room here. And he gets 2 strikes on the pinch hitter, Fabian. Now, Fabian played in yesterday's game 0 for 3 with a walk, and he'll strike out here at the hands of Zabala, 1 away. Here's David VR now. VR, one of the 6 hits for the Flying Squirrels. Way inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Infield, outfield, back deep here to VR. As he punches it back into the net behind home plate. Strike number 2. And the ball is even the count, 2-2. A full count here as Zabala going for out number 2. He kicks and fires. Ground ball right to Bryson Stott. Pumps it over to first, and there's 2 away. Here's Frankie Tostado now. Yesterday, Brian Marconi recorded his 8th save of the season, which is good for 2nd in Double-A in save counts. Only Adames from Portland and Bartow from Harrisburg have 10, who have more than him. And that's pretty impressive since Marconi joined the team later in the season, about a month later. And so I don't believe they will have him out tonight. Not a safe situation, but I do see someone out there stretching as Zavala misses up and away. And a foul ball right into the Richmond dugout. They blocked that, and it's strike number 2. And downstairs to Tostado, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's had a double today, but otherwise grounded into a double play and flew out to left. Right to Bryson Stott again on 2 hops. He bodies it, keeps it in front of him. A nice pick by Luke Miller. And back-to-back ground balls to short, gets down the Richmond Flying Squirrels 1, 2, 3 in the 8th, and into the 9th we go as Reading leads by 7.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today.
The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's Baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils.
The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
All right, so I've asked Andy Kaufman, our video director, and Steve Degler, who's pretty much the team historian, and nobody has any record of a cycle for Reading. Bryson Stott will bat 5th in this inning, as he is a home run shy of the cycle. And Josh Stephen once before was a triple shy of the cycle. Those are the 2 closest that we've had this season. But we'll have to get to the number 5 spot in the order if Stott comes up again. As Fitch takes a ball and a strike. And an offering in the dirt is 2-1. Leaning over is Rubio in his second inning of work. Here to Colby Fitch, 2-2. He'll strike out on a high fastball, and there's one away. And there was a pitching change that I did not catch, so thanks to Tom for letting me know. Rubio handed the ball over to Seelinger, which would make sense since he was pinch hit for, so duh. So Matt Seelinger, out on the mound, came over from Tampa Bay back in 2019. And it is Ana Ure Zabala who's coming in to bat. Now, there is somebody warming up in the bullpen, but with Reading up by 7, Zabala is going to have his first at-bat of the Double-A season. Takes a ball and a strike. And he's one of those guys that looks comfortable in the box. Sometimes you get guys that just stand there, pitchers not having a lot of opportunity to practice live ABs. And he calls time, steps out, and then chases an off-speed pitch, 1-2. Gets a foul ball way behind the stands, pops up from the second level down to first. Good catch. And he strikes out swinging. A nice at-bat there by Zabala. And back-to-back Ks for Seelinger is out number 2 as we go back to the top of the order with Gamboa. Gamboa 2 for 5, a single and a double. And he'll take a first pitch called strike. Strike number 2 to Gamboa, and fouls it off the catcher and says, looks like he's saying my bad there. And Seelinger a strike away from getting out of this inning. And here's the 0-2 downstairs. Gamboa holds. And here's the pitch. Holds off on another swing. Dylan Cousins, the former RFL who decided to retire from baseball in pursuit of the NFL, was honored to be invited to work out for the Patriots, he tweeted today. So we'll go work out for the Boston team and hopefully follow up on how that goes, as the NFL just starting their training camps. The Eagles reporting for duty a couple days ago. And a full count to Gamboa after being down 0-2. Up the first baseline, foul, will go again. And the payoff pitch down and away. Gamboa will strike out swinging as he looks frustrated there. And sealing our strikes out the side, all swinging. And we'll head into the bottom of the ninth to see who comes out to preserve Reading's 7-run lead.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoying our Phil's game, great food, music, entertainment, and so much more here at the ballpark. The team will play as the Los Luchadores and will be wearing their Los Luchadores de Reading Latino tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive deals.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
Bottom of the ninth, Reading leads by 7, and Zabala will pass the ball off to Tyler Carr to try to close things out as he faces off against Diego Rincones. It'll be Rincones, Will Wilson, and Hayward if Carr can face the minimum. If not, we get into the 8 and 9 spots. And still a couple people on the bench. Angulo and Tolman and Torres can still come in and pinch hit in that pitcher spot. Don't want to say things too far, but don't know if they can come back. 7-run deficit here with 3 outs, so definitely possible. Many teams have put 7-run spots on. So we'll see what Carr has to offer. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Rincones. Outside makes it 2-2. Carr kicks and fires home outside, and it's a full count here as the Flying Squirrels try to battle back against Reading. And here's the payoff pitch from the righty, except time is called by Rincones. And we'll go again as this offering is fouled back. And it's interesting how yesterday the Flying Squirrels used 2 pitchers. Today they used 5 with a shortened bullpen. It's tough with the 6-game set. As the payoff pitch comes in, Rincones chases down and away, out number 1. As Tyler Carr notches his first out in relief, it is a strikeout. And Will Wilson will head up now with a 7-run deficit. just 2 outs left for the Flying Squirrels to make their move. Tomorrow, game number 4 of the 6-game set will begin at 6:35. I'll be on the air with you live from the Diamond. Thomas will be next to me, my analyst from the outside. Will Wilson now. A 1-hit day, also walked. And it fell off the first pitch he sees from Tyler Carr. Carr pitched 1 inning of work in that Sunday game against Somerset. On 14 pitches, he retired the side to close out the ball game. And strike number 2 as Wilson fouls it back into the net behind home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes here. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th as we approach the 3-hour mark here tonight. Have a chance to wrap things up just before then. And Carr kicks and fires. Strike 3 as Wilson goes down swinging. Back-to-back Ks from Tyler Carr. And there's 1 out left here in the bottom of the 9th. Here's Jacob Hayward. Reading 9 runs on 13 hits today. Richmond 2 runs on 6 hits, 5 errors on the field. Reading has scored in 5 of 9 innings. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Hayward. And he fouls 1 back as Richmond a strike away from ending this ball game. Reading hopeful to pick up victory number 2 and lead the series 2-1 over the Flying Squirrels. And here's the offering by Carr. Downstairs, we'll do it again. And Carr comes home on the 2-2, roped foul into the stands. And 1 more time. Reading ahead by 7 runs here, a dominating victory over the Richmond Flying Squirrels, impending with the final strike from Tyler Carr. Upstairs, it's full, making things interesting here in the bottom of the 9th. And the payoff pitch with 2 outs. Strike 3. Carr comes in and strikes out the side here in the 9th inning. Reading wins 9-2 over the Richmond Flying Squirrels and makes the series 2-1. We'll be back with more baseball tomorrow, 6:35. Emily Messina on the air.